is Living Power with Dan Hurst.
Then he goes on, starting with verse 31, and he makes this eloquent statement about who Jesus is. And in doing so, he makes it clear who he, John the Baptizer, is not. This is who Jesus is. And because this is who Jesus is, this is who I am not. And the same goes for us. I want you to take a look at this as we wrap things up here. First of all, in verses 31 through 34, he says, He is above all, and I am not. He is above all. And since He is above all, I am not. Verses 31 through 34, He who comes from above is above all. He who is of the earth belongs to the earth and speaks in the earthly way. Who's he talking about? He who's from above is above all. That's Christ, the Messiah. He who is of the earth belongs to the earth and speaks in the earthly way. That's John the Baptizer. That's us. He who is from above is above all is Christ. He who is of the earth belongs to the earth and speaks in an earthly way. That's you and me. So we need to understand as we walk through life that He is above all and we are not. We aren't that great. We aren't that cool. We aren't that big. We aren't that all-powerful. We aren't that all-authoritative. We aren't all that Christ is, even though sometimes we try to be. I want to caution you, last time I was here, and I caught some flack from some of you for saying this, and I don't care, because I said something to the effect that one of the things that we need to really grasp a hold of is understanding that we are not the Holy Spirit. It's not our job to go out and convict people of their sin. It's not our job to go out and tell people, you're wrong, the way you're living is just out of bounds, and you need to stop that, and you need to, it's not our job to become the moral police. It's not our job. Now, it's our job to stand firm on the Word. It's our job to stand true to the Word and to stand up for what the Word says. No question about that. But it's not my job to come along and force you to change, because that's the Holy Spirit's job. Listen, if the Holy Spirit can't change your mind, then what business do I have trying to change it? What I can do is pray for you. What I can do is live as an example. What I can do is encourage you. What I can do is connect with you. What I can do is answer your questions. What I can do is relate to you in such a way that you feel comfortable and will open up and discuss these issues with me. I have a responsibility to connect with you the way Christ would connect with you. And I look at some of the things that are going on in the world today, and I say, how would Christ handle this? And then I look at how it's being handled, and it just gives me the shudders. We have to understand that we have a responsibility to be who we are. Let God be who He is. And then live our lives accordingly. He is above all. We are not. He speaks as one from heaven. He speaks in heavenly truth. Whoever receives that truth, John says, will find the confirmation that it is true through the power of the Holy Spirit. So this is the beauty of how we're to live our lives. Our life isn't to go out and change people and make people change. You got to be different. You got to act different. You got to live different. You got to dress different. You got to look different. My job is simply to live my life out, and in the power of the Holy Spirit, let God use me to connect with people. Let the Holy Spirit be Holy Spirit. You be who you are.